Hello, this is the SJ list for this week. As always, we're going to start off by reading these words together. So let's get started. Don't be shy, read along with me. Turkeys, cities, lives, alleys, plays, copes, ladies, mice, armies, copies, scarves, elves, lace, buys, fries, much, before, line, first. You can hit pause to think about what it is that we're supposed to be paying attention to this week, what you're supposed to be learning, what these words have in common. Hit play when you're ready to move on. Okay, so of course, as always, we notice that we have our word wall words. Much, before, line, and first. Now, if you're on the SJ spelling list, these words aren't very hard for you to read, but you can practice making sure that you know how to write them. This one especially, and this one, get kids tripped up. These are words that you will use in your writing quite a bit, and also words that you'll find in your reading. So make sure you're very familiar with them. But what else did you notice? Well, maybe you noticed that most of these words end in S. And also, they seem to, many of them, be plural nouns. So let's talk about that. Sometimes we make a plural noun just by adding an S at the end of the word. We see that in turkeys, alleys, plays, copes, buys. You'll also see that in words like books, or movies. Let's see about some other words like lakes, desks. If it ends in a consonant like pop, pops, a lot of the times what you'll find is we just add an S. If it ends in an E like that, a lot of times we'll just add an S. But what about if the word ends in a Y, like city, lady, army, copy, or fry? Well, remember our rap? My famous rap song, boys and girls. If a word ends consonant Y, don't stress. Change the Y to I and add ES. Change the Y to I and add ES. Change the Y to I and add ES. Change the Y to I, add ES. Change the Y to I and add ES. We'll see that's two in, I'm going to call this the IES group. We'll see this in puppy, right? You have one puppy or three puppies. Change the Y to I and add ES. One fairy or a few. Fairies. Change the Y to I and add ES. Make sense? So that's this group. And then there's another group that I don't know if you know about, but if a word ends in an F sound, like life, scarf, or elf, what we do is we change the F to a V and add ES. Lives, scarves, elves. I'm going to call this the VES group. We also see it when we change the word leaf. One leaf, a pile of leaves. One shelf or a wall of shelves. You've seen this before. Now it's time to really pay attention to it. And then, boys and girls, we've got a couple of oddballs. We have lace, and I honestly don't know why lace is here. But then we also have mice. Mice really is an oddball word, isn't it? Because it's the plural of mouse, and it doesn't even look like the same word, does it? But there it is. One mouse, a million mice. Make sure you do all of your spelling work this week, and you'll be ready for your spelling review on Friday.